50 Cent versus Rewrote, the war that changed hip-hop. This is the story of one of hip-hop's most vicious rivalries, a feud that started on the streets of Queens and spilled into the world stage. Two rappers, once from the same neighborhood, who turned New York into a battlefield. This is 50 Cent versus Rewrote, the war that changed hip-hop. Part 1. The Streets of Queens, 1999 to 2000. Before the fame, before the platinum records, the tension was already brewing in Southside Jamaica, Queens. Both 50 Cent and Rewrote were rising rappers, trying to make it out of the same rough environment. Rewrote was already affiliated with Irv Gotti and Murder Inc., a label known for mixing street credibility with radio hits. Meanwhile, 50 was still grinding, hustling in the streets, recording mixtapes and making noise locally. According to 50, the beef began over a robbery involving one of Rewrote's friends. 50 said, Ya acted like a superstar after that incident, that he started acting Hollywood. Ye, on the other hand, claimed that 50 was simply jealous, that he was an up-and-coming artist trying to get attention by dissing someone successful. Things got personal. Not just rap personal, street personal. One day, they crossed paths in Atlanta. 50 claimed Ye refused to shake his hand. The disrespect was set. What started as a street disagreement was about to explode into one of hip-hop's ugliest wars. Part 2. The Physical Clash 2000. The tension boiled over in 2000. According to reports, Rewrote's crew confronted 50 Cent in a recording studio in New York. The fight was chaotic. Rumors say 50 was attacked and cut with a knife by one of Murder Inc.'s associates. The incident made headlines. And it wasn't just street gossip anymore, it became rap news. And Irv Gotti would later say that 50 was just looking for fame, that he was clout chasing, before clout was even a word. But 50 wasn't he was plotting his revenge, and not with fists, but with music. Part 3. The music war begins 2002-2003. After being blackballed from many industry circles, allegedly by Murder Inc.'s influence, 50 was about to get his biggest break. He got signed by Eminem and Dr. Dre, two of the biggest names in rap. And when 50 dropped his debut album Get Rich or Die Trying in 2003, it was game over. The album was full of slick bars, street anthems, and subtle, and not so subtle, jabs at Rewrote. Songs like Back Down were direct shots, mocking Ye's image and questioning his street credibility. 50 called him out for singing on hooks, saying he was soft. Ironically, something 50 himself would later make famous. Rewrote, meanwhile, fired back with Loose Change, dissing 50, Eminem, and even Dre. He accused 50 of copying his style, claiming he was the original rapper who could sing. The diss tracks got nastier. 50 dropped Wanksta, a song that painted Ja as a fake gangster, and it became a massive hit, not just a diss but a career-defining anthem. Suddenly, the public opinion started to turn. The once chart-dominant Rewrote was now being mocked, while 50 was hailed as the new king of New York. Part 4. The industry turns 2003-2005. At the height of the feud, Murder Inc. was everywhere. Rewrote, Ashanti, hit after hit. But after 50's arrival, things started to crumble. 50 had G-Unit, a powerful crew with Lloyd Banks, Young Buck, and Tony Yayo, all taking aim at Murder Inc. They released diss tracks, mixtapes, even parody videos that humiliated Rewrote and his team. Meanwhile, the feds started investigating Murder Inc. for alleged connections to organized crime. Their label offices were raided. Suddenly, their once untouchable image was falling apart. Ye tried to keep his momentum, dropping Blood in My Eye in 2003 as a battle album, but it couldn't match 50's commercial power. By 2005, 50 was dominating radio, movies, and pop culture, while Murder Inc. was struggling to stay relevant. The war had taken its toll, and not just on record sales. It reshaped how hip-hop beefs were handled, turning them into full-blown marketing strategies. Part 5. The Aftermath and Legacy, 2009 now. As years passed, the fire cooled, but the grudge never really disappeared. Rewrote served prison time for weapon possession and tax evasion, while 50 continued expanding into film, TV, and business. Every few years, they'd trade jabs online, interviews, social media posts, trolling each other endlessly. At one point, 50 even bought 200 seats at a Rewrote concert just to make it look empty. Pure petty genius. But behind the jokes and memes, the beef represents something bigger. It's about ego, power, and survival in an era where image could make or break you. Ja Rule may have lost the mainstream war, but his legacy as an early hitmaker who blended rap and R&B remains undeniable. And 50? He became one of the most influential artists and businessmen in hip-hop history. What started as a street fight became a cultural moment, shaping rap for decades to come. This wasn't just a beef, it was a battle for an empire.